Barakatayawa, Barakatawashai, Barakatayawa, Barakatawashai, Kalalalayawa, Kalalawashai, Tawadayawa, Tawadawashai. Double honors to the apostles of Shemus Grimstone. Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this work in sincerity and in honesty. Shalom to the helps and sisters. So we're going to start at verse 1. We were going to start at 5, but we're going to start at verse 1. This is 1 Peter 5 and verse 1. The elder which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and witness of the suffering of Yahushua Mashiach, and also partake of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of ready mind. He said, neither as being large over Yahweh heritage, but being example to the flock. Right? I say, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fade not away. Say, likewise, ye younger, submit yourself unto the elder. Ye all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For Yahweh resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. Humble yourself therefore under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. Right? So the apostles are humble men here. Right? Because though we say double honors to the apostles, which they deserve double honors, right? They are still humble, because countless amount of time I heard, especially the Apostle Gabar, right? Because I tune into the Apostle Gabar mostly, right? He says that we are hopeful elect, and I'm sure all the apostles share the same opinion on that, yeah, right? Because as the scripture says, they can't be lord over Yahweh's flock, yeah, right? And likewise, the younger brothers that come in, right, especially the ones that are more up in age, right? You might have a brother young in age and elder in spirit, right? And it kind of rub a new brother the wrong way, because he said, why this young man teaching me and me bigger than him, right? But if the Lord wanted that way, the Lord could have it that way, right? So you can think of that as even a point of being humble, or something that can keep you humble in the truth, right? So this is Matthew 18 and verse 2. Yahweh shall call a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and say, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as a little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso receiveth one such little child in my name receiveth me. Right? So yeah, especially we come into this truth, we have to cast out the old man, as the scripture mentioned, right? And casting out the old man, you don't know nothing other from the old man when you're just coming into this truth. So therefore you become as babes, right? So You're supposed to be humble coming into this truth, not a man that knows everything, because you're going to find out that you don't know shit, right? Whether you know documentaries and all that, if you can't match it to the scriptures, you don't know shit here, right? Because this word is the foremost power, right? Is the understanding when it comes to wisdom, right? When you go back to those history mixed with the scriptures, it opens you to a different dimension, right? A different level of knowledge. So you have to be humble coming into this truth, right? And you have to be humble when you're in this truth for a long while and have basically men to look after you, right? Because you can find yourself getting proud, as it mentioned. You're not supposed to be lord over Yahushua's flock, right? I think hopefully I bring out the meanings already, but in case, because it kind of slipped me, just in case: humility, freedom from pride or arrogance, the quality or state of being humble, right? Yes, so free from pride and arrogance, right? Not puffed up, not knowing everything, right? Not being like America, not being like them, because American, especially the president of America, is damn proud right now, right? So let's get this. Alright, let's get the etymology first, because as I say, I'm not sure if I bring it out. So I could just bring it out again. Humility, quality of being humble, right? It's a humility, modesty, sweetness, from Latin humilitem, tips, I don't know how to call that word. Lowness, small stature, insignificant, baseness, littleness of mind, right? A babe, basically, right? Literally, you jump down, you say literally on the ground, right? We're especially just coming into this truth. We are creepers, babies on the ground, right? And then while growing in this truth, we still keep that humility, because this is what the scripture says here. Before destruction, Proverbs 18 and verse 12, before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. And we're waiting for that honor here, because the Lord said we're going to be given crowns, right after Esau's destruction. That's this bald-headed eagle, Trump. After the destruction of America, the elect shall receive crowns and joint tears with Yahushua. Alright, so this is Ecclesiasticus 3 and verse 18. He said, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Right? So even when you come in this truth and you start grow and build, you're supposed to grow in humility, right? And being even more, and being humble, even with a vast amount of knowledge, because you don't know when the Lord is going to say, oh, this nigga proud, and just whoop. The Lord doesn't like proud, pride. Let's get this last one. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 18. It says, Pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of woman. Yeah, pride ain't made for man, yeah? Right? Because we are nothing, right? So with that, I hope this video was edifying. Kalalalia, Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakodash. Shalom.